In Luke chapter 4, it says, Jesus returned to Galilee, and the power of the Spirit, news about him spread throughout the whole countryside. He taught in the synagogues, and everyone praised him. He would have taught in a synagogue. This is a replica, obviously, but just take a look around. Very, very similar design. And he would have taught in a place like this. And here we are actually in Nazareth. And it says, as his custom, as he was brought up, he went into the synagogue and he stood up to read. And the scroll of the prophet Isaiah, something like this, was handed to him. And he would have unrolled it. And he reads from Isaiah chapter 61, and it says, the Spirit of the Lord is on me because he has anointed me to do a couple things. One, preach the good news to the poor, proclaim freedom for the prisoner, recovery of sight for the blind, release the oppressed, and to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. Those 5 things is specifically what he was doing. He was healing people and setting free the oppressed and the demon-possessed and proclaiming the year of the Lord's favor. Then he rolled up the scroll, gave it to the attendant, and he sat down. And every eye was fastened on him. Okay, you just said some crazy things. You just basically accounted and applied something messianic to yourself. And he said, today this scripture is fulfilled in your hearing. And all spoke well of him and were amazed at the gracious words that came from his lip. Isn't this Joseph's son? Hey, he grew up just around the corner. This is amazing. And then he says, surely you'll quote that proverb, physician, heal yourself. Do what you did in your hometown, what we heard you did down the road at Capernaum. And then he goes, I tell you the truth, no prophet is accepted in his hometown. I'm sure that there were many widows in Israel in Elijah's time, yet Elijah was not sent to any of them, but to a widow in Zarephath in the region of Sidon. There were many in Israel with leprosy in the time of Elisha the prophet, yet none of them was cleansed, only Naaman the Syrian. So first of all, they're like, you just acquainted yourself with the Messiah. They're kind of amazed because of the gracious word, and they're confused. This is Joseph's son, but he pushes them over the edge by saying, something that would have been difficult for a Jewish person to hear is that that God had sent Elijah, this great prophet, to a Gentile, a widow of Zarephath from the Gentile region, and Naaman, the hated Syrians. And so as a result, come with me, I'll tell you what they did. They were furious when they heard this, and they got up, they drove him out of town, and they took him to the brow of the hill on which the town was built in order to throw him down the cliff. But he walked through the crowd and went on his way. Come here. So this is just a replica, but you see that right there? That cliff in the distance? I don't know if you can zoom in, but at the far distance there, that's the precipice, the historical location. Nazareth was over there. They would have grabbed him and took him over in that direction.